Hello. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make some duct tape flowers. And all you need is different colors of duct tape. And I just found this at the Dollar Tree, so that's pretty inexpensive. Some really thin, flexible wire. This is floral wire, so it is nice and thin, and you can cut it with scissors. And you need, of course, scissors, and that's it. So the first thing you need to do is you need to take your wire and cut off different lengths. So I did about, what would this be, about 6 inches or so, and I cut several pieces. So for the center, I did about 5 pieces for the middle of the flower, and then about 6 for the petals, and then 3 for the leaves. So they can all be about the same size. The long, if you can do them shorter or longer depending on how long you want your flower stem to be. And then you just cut off a whole bunch of these with your scissors and get those ready. When you've got enough cut up, just set them aside. And then the next thing you need to do is cut your tape. So for each petal, you need 2 pieces of tape, and for each leaf, you need 2 pieces of tape. So what I find easiest is to take your tape and stick it on the edge of your table, and we'll pretend this is the edge of the table, but stick it to the edge and then cut it along here. This pulls it tight. It makes it much easier to cut than if you're trying to hold it, because duct tape is quite sticky. So for each petal, you need 2 pieces of tape, about 4 to 6 inches long. And also if it's on the edge of your table, you can have them along the edge and you can cut them all at once and be done with it. So then once you've got your tape prepared and your wire prepared, you need your piece of wire and you need your tape. So with your black tape, if you had yellow or orange, that would probably look a little bit better instead of black. This one kind of looks more like a poppy than a lily. This one has kind of got this is like an alien lily with the purple and the green and teal or whatever and the black. So if you have yellow, that would probably be more realistic looking, but I mean, you can have whatever color you want. So take your black tape, and you don't need the whole width of it here, because that will get very bulky when you're trying to wrap it around the wire. So take your black tape, cut a little slit down the bottom here, and then you should be able to rip it down the length of the tape, because you're not going to need the whole width of the tape. It's going to be very bulky. You'll need a much smaller piece. So take your smaller piece like so, and your piece of wire, and take the end, doesn't really matter what end, and place it at an angle like this, with a little bit, just a little bit below the end, because you're going to want to fold that piece over and then fold this over like so, and then wrap your tape down the length of your wire at an angle. Try to keep it as close to the wire as possible, and then just work your way down until you reach the end of your tape and squeeze it against the wire as you go. So there is your first one, and that is these bits here on the inside of your flower. So I did about 5 in this flower. So you just do that again 4 more times, and then you've got your flower like so. This is the inside of your flower right there. So then you need to do the petals of your flower. So again, you need your piece of wire, and then you need your red tape that you, or whatever color you've used, already cut. So you put that one with the sticky side up. And then you put your wire on the center of your tape, like so. You can leave a little bit at the end there. And then you take another piece of tape and put it right over top. It's okay if you don't get right in the center and right to the edge on both sides. That's all right. So you smooth that down. So now you have you have your flower petal. So once you've got this, you can then cut around the tape so that it makes a flower petal shape. You can do a template and cut it out and trace around it if you want them all to be the same size and shape, or you can just kind of freehand it and cut it into a approximate shape of a flower petal. This red kind of makes it look like a tongue. So there's your flower petal. So again, you do that 5 or 6 more times so you have enough flower petals, and you do the same thing with the leaf. So you take your tape, put it sticky side up, put your wire in the middle, put another piece on top, cut it to shape it. The only difference, aside from the color, is the shape. So you want your leaves to be slightly pointier, and that's about it for that. So now you've got all of your pieces ready to go. Now you need to put it together. So we'll start with the middle. So we grab those up together and kind of put them in a circle, and then we take our flower petals and we put them around, kind of wrap them around, and wrap your wire pieces together. So this creates the stem of your flower, and you just keep placing your flower's petals around the outside until they're all together, and twist it around the bottom so they're all attached. You can do more or less petals depending on what you want your flower to look like. So this one I'm going to do 5 petals like so, and then they're all kind of squished in there together, all around about the same size. And then you want to take a piece of duct tape that's going to be the same color of your stem and cut a piece off. And then wrap it around your stem, holding everything in place. And we wrap that around in the same manner as we did the black pieces for the center, and then that creates your flower stem. And then you do the same thing. Now you want to add your leaves, so you want to kind of place them down your stem, wrap the wires and then just keep adding another piece of green tape to hold it in place. And then you just keep wrapping that around, and that creates your flower. So once you've got it all the petals and all the leaves attached, you can then shape your flower, and that's why we have the wire pieces in the center. So you can shape it, moving these around to however you want it to look. You can keep it closed more, so it's more like a tulip, kind of like this one. You can bend them open, kind of like that one, but that's all there is to it. And that is how you make duct tape flowers. Thanks. Bye.